Dot and Bubble sketch. First sketch to be filmed before the review. Ricky September. Gitchy. I just hope that I don't get. No, I should cut that last bit. Slash series. Fun fact: Russell T Davies has said that if he like how he's asked Brock Moffat and Christian. Fast forward to 2022-23, production-wise 24 for release. Sorry, I suppose. Excuse me. By the way, if you don't know who Chancellor, as she gets but she's set and the direction by Dylan Holmes Whitaker, something, yeah. But not entirely. And probably the nicest and probably the most decent person in the city once you come to realize exactly what they. And when we get it's very it's like so following the status, the teachings, or the so given that the stand, even without the racist theme or with the racist, even if it was, yeah, well, and they. I think the only time it sort of leaves her is at the very last couple minutes, in when it shifts to the Doctor after the react. I think the very. And also his bits for 73 yards for the previous, and also his bits in. So besides those bits, this is apparently his first scene him, because, as I said, they almost flat out say it, because they're. I thought there'd be more for the comedy sketches. Anyway, so this is technically maybe in some of her stories, maybe in some of her stories, Big Finish are going to do. But I have to read her comic. Then she was a sort of pointing thing, and she was on to the actual person who wasn't a witch, but sort of in league with the monsters that were not, but sort of possessed by the monsters who were causing the witch fear mongering. And whilst America was struggling with civil rights even as late as the 70s, maybe even the 80s. Whilst America was struggling with civil rights as late as the early 70s. Whilst the United States was struggling with equal rights and whilst the Americans, the USA specifically, were struggling with equal and civil rights as late as the early 1970s. So his is all white. There is still maybe the hint that Ruby could. No. Rounding off the cast, every other supporting actor does it. I also mentioned Tom Reese. Easto. but still played by the equally talented, but in alphabetical name of excuse me, um, excuse me, um, and the one from Mission to the Unknown, and Mark Wahlberg. They're sort of main, theoretically. So yeah, overall, um, I think I would put it above the space. So that's it from my review of Dot and Bubble. Thank you so much for watching, and this will be the last review of the season on this channel, because next two reviews, Rogue and Legend of Ruby Sunday / Empire of Death, will be done on the Whoniversals YouTube channel, as I shall be reviewing those 3 episodes for that channel. So do stay tuned for the link videos down below to have a preview of the sketch and the reviews, and click the link to go to watch those reviews. If you're already subscribed, don't unless if you're already subscribed, maybe to if you're already subscribed to Whoniversals, make sure you check your subscription feed for that, because then that you could access that easier. But otherwise, don't forget to click below to view the stories and subscribe to the official Whoniversals YouTube channel for the next 2 reviews once their link videos have come out, which will be about the same time as the reviews on those channels, which will be about the same time as the reviews on Hoons. And then after those link videos on this channel, the reviews on Hoons will be the Season 1 ranking, so come back to this channel for that. So go to Whoniversals for the next 2 reviews. They should be coming out. Time this video, it should be coming out on the Wednesday, the 9th of October. So the review of Rogue should be on Saturday, and then Empire of Death, Legend of Ruby Sunday, Empire of Death, that should be coming out the following Friday or Saturday after that, and then the ranking on this channel on the Tuesday. So thank you. That's if I get my dates right. Been mostly good so far. I'll see you guys on the Whoniversals for that. Before we begin, a little bit of a... And viewers of that channel, with that out to say, so without not very long, something similar to Thin Ice. Might be 1820 something. Oh, it's 18 something before Victoria became queen. So it's great, and it's the first act. However, they're not the only. Meanwhile, and then there's another one who plays a character called Lord Bar. Anyway, so Rogue, and it's not like let's have the Doctor shine a bit more in this story after taking the last 2 sort of like. Yeah, I think I have more pop. Ruby's sort of those, yeah. So, what? So, this story just I think the Orangey in Bristol. They more or less show. And being but and and just to please my friend Will Maddox of the Whoniversals. Hello, bestie. We also haven't had a proper romantic relationship for the. I was, as well as Yaz blatantly, obviously stating it. Big Finish, get on. If they do a Rose Martha Donna structure, for the companions being a series each, maybe. Oh, then again, Ruby's coming back for a few episodes next series, which makes him more of a Martha. And we have already had Donna come back, so is Belinda going to be the Rose of this era then? Okay, then that's another companion for the best companions list, and I'm game. Yeah. But then again, Ruby is blonde, and her first name begins with an R, and S is before T, surname first letters. Yeah. Well, let's just let them be what they are and who they are and do what they do. We'll see who the companion in season 3 ends up being. I'm happy for it to be Rogue Doe, or season 4. I'm happy for it to be season 3 or 4. And to get the 4 members of the Georgia audience, and Emily is then reveals herself that she was not. The love story ends tragically, but only for this part of the story. So that's Rogue. Really. So yeah, I really liked it. In which case, it's the first one since Nikola Tesla. If that's true. Yeah. If that's his. And if we were doing. And if we were separating Moffat between 11 and 12. Nah, actually, scratch that. Also, and now it's in the episode and can't get you out of my head. Appears in the show officially and or may or during the production of a webcast. As fun as that edit was, and then the orders kind of after that. It's kind. So this episode is now canonically. We probably would have said it was one of the my good friend Matt Moy actually suggests on, and then we start the numbering system again, starting with by including his doctor into the canon by paying. Still look, and yet, yeah. I'm not quite. That being said, I'm not quite sure if they wanted it. I think they might have taken that from when they were doing the promotion for the ebook online book, um, Blood of the Stones or something. Not the Stones of Blood. But I don't know what it was. Okay, you really need to get into the bin if you actually thought that was. Now, I will be doing that review as well, but will I have some. But until. Well, but probably mostly just me. Okay, so Rogue Sketch, Nick Bits, and starting now. I did. His name was Thomas Hayden James. Hang on, start again. So yeah, unfortunately, that Toymaker prophecy is scamming scarcely. Rogue review, Rogue Pits and action. Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah. Right behind you, old buddy, old pal. Oh, sorry, what's that new buddy, old? Before we resume, I forgot to wear this. I've forgotten what it's called. Lanyard. But ultimately, it did not work out. So, but ultimately, things didn't work out that way. We can get them on board. So, oh fuck. Supporting. No, I'll cut that there. Oh, so a minute or so in the morning making cuts. So, meanwhile, the Doctor is attempting to. Heck, even longer time viewers who may have not have seen Pyramidal Mars or not. So, Empire of. And then. I'm not. I think I don't know if the Pyramids of Mars one was done at the same time or if they came back to that one later. I don't know if the Pyramids of the Mars to link the two episodes together. I should. So the Doctor, Ruby, and Mel travel to the future that Roger Ap Gilliam advocated and set up. So Empire, and today is Saturday the 19th. And whilst I came around to it, also, why does the returning Rose Noble, played wonderfully by Yasmin Finney, why does she look like an elf in this episode? Like, she's dressed like an elf with, like, a Christmas tree. Also, why does played by the... specifically for... what's his face? What's his face? Oh, I can't remember his name now. The main baby. But because they all like, and not on a, like, same for excuse me 1 second. I'm also wondering what happened to Shirley Ann Bingham because she definitely. So if it worked for them in the 70s, it can work in the 2020. So it can. But yeah, Legend of Ruby Sunday Empire. But yeah. But yes, this is mostly but this is a mostly set up episode in regards of Unit and season 3, Back. It's when we get. It's sort of implied that Mrs. Flood, not. Oh, is it the Rani? I'm not sure. Probably not, though. Until otherwise proven. unless otherwise proved. And I'm sticking by my theory that she may be a higher being, or some sort of god, or so. And then also the R.I.P. Angel, R.I.P. William Russell, you based boy. Based boy. But I do also, there's a really, and I think this may have been the moment where it was like, so looks like Stuff of Legend was even those who may have started with the classic series, yeah. And if they don't, they would be knowing. As opposed to, say, something like the Ice Warriors, which are a pretty well-known monster of the series, and once their return was announced, as opposed to, say, something like the Ice Warriors, which are a bit more of a more notable villain of the series. Same with the Sontarans, for example. If they're not the big three Dalek Sidemen Master, then you'll get monsters like the Sontarans. Yeah. And outside the big... No, fuck it, I'll scratch that. Compared to now, where some audiences will be... or the Silence, which haven't been around for a while. I suppose their story's technically kind of done, but you could still bring them back, I guess. Besides cameo appearances, like in Revolution of the Daleks, in Empire of Death, down in the memory thing. Once we know Kate Stewart's dead, and Morris and what's the Colonel. By the way, Carla's in this story a bit more. He's lead Legend of Ruby Sunday, and she's really cool. I really like Clara. As we see it, and have emotional moments about, oh, we've let everybody down. We've caught wolves. I don't mind this, but I can still see in places. Maybe instead of being too emotional, he might do a. Although I don't really like the. So I don't know why he doesn't say, "Oh yeah, that's me." She's one of my favorite companions, possibly. Or at least she was one of my companions. Loved her. Sorry, Marcus Scarman, or is it Lawrence? Sorry, Lawrence Scarman. And others, I would have been like, it would have. And that's if they even show Mr. Scarman. They might just show the Doctor and Sarah. But if they just change it to 1666, like the Visitation section. So I'm glad that the TV movie is getting a lot more recognition in this story. So outside of the Eighth Doctor being in the Journal of Impossible. If they used memory to make a real tired. But Again, tying in with Devil's Court. So this series finale does tie in with all the other episodes, certainly more so than some of the other. I've just seen there's been a bit of a cut off. I'll do that bit again. I do like that revelation, by the way, that she is a harbinger, and okay, stop for now. I do like that revelation that she is a harbinger, and so yeah, I think not necessarily a bad thing. Well beyond, especially since they're episodic, in a binge watching format. Not plus. So back to the plot. So we do not know if. Anyway, I'm like, okay, fair enough. But the character drama and emotion, but the character arcs and the consequences of the actions more than made up. But there, even the giggle, Army Doomsday's ending was a bit more in line with. Doomsday had a bit more of a tip. Yeah. Doomsday's conclusion was a bit, but they did set up what they had, and then even the giggle. I'm just going to use the RTD examples for now. That or this disintegration is not the end of Sutek. He may pop back. He may with the 40. Sorry, they like say maybe she said it to the doctor. I haven't heard anyone say that when mentioning that bit. I know, and yeah, and then so what's good, and I think she just, and I think, and so the episode ends with a pretty nice ending with the doctor basically letting Ruby go, or so the end. But the way and Sutek is presented, and while Sutek doesn't really do an awful lot, he is still pretty cool. Yeah. And while Sutek has a great, some of the other Russell special but I say that so. Overall, whilst it's like some of the other story. So yeah, I'm sorry guys, and Harry Thomas, if you're watching this video, no, you like no. So no, actually, I'm going to cut that. I'm going to mention it in the ranking. Yes, but Empire of still it would be above. It would still be above Space Babies, and easily the weakest season finale since Series 12. It's better than Series 12. It's better than Series 11. It's better than Series 9, which is the worst, and better than Series 8. And better than Series 6. What is it with the even numbered seasons? Well, okay, not all of them. Yeah. And it's one of the, and I would say it's better than season and Central. And even Dark Water's not as Empire one. So yeah, if I was ranking the New Who Bad Wolf series finales, this would come 8th. Yeah, 8, 1 to 5, 10, 30. No, 9 actually. 1 to 5, 10, 7, 10, 30. Yeah, no, this is the. But 6. And 6 would probably be next. That'd be 10, and then. Oh well. Yep. Well, until. I am Sutek. I am the. At last, I have now. At last, I can now kill everything in existence, including you, who persist me for so fuck's sake. Sutek. Last of the Join the club, mate. Join the club. No, hang on. Wrong bit. It's supposed to be the Susan Twist Susan first. Well, as much as I love Susan Twist, it's not Callahan. No. Well, as much as I love Susan Twist, it's not Callahan Ford or Claudia Grant. So, I mean, if you want to bring back Susan, I mean, I know you can regenerate her, but Carol Ann Ford is still around, so it would be nice to let her have one more shot. Still, no. Roll. Nice. Don't forget to click below to subscribe to the Nicholas Payne bonus content YouTube channel.